Queven Agyarko on Ishmael Davis win. It's good to quieten a few doubters. There has never been any doubt that Queven Agyarko can box. 10 days ago, the 28-year-old junior middleweight contender proved that he can fight. In front of 20,000 of his hometown fans at Belfast's Windsor Park, Agyarko battled his way through a badly swollen eye and a controversial 12th round knockdown to box and fight his way to a split decision victory over the determined Ishmael Davis. When Agyarko left the raucous stadium and made it back to the quiet of his dressing room, he was filled with relief and joy at winning the most important fight of his life, but also a deep satisfaction at having proven people wrong. Obviously, there was a lot said about me for this fight, and there has been over the last few years that I'm a teabag. I've no heart, I've no this, that and the other. That I don't want to be in big fights, Agyarko told The Ring. To go out and prove everybody wrong in my home city on a massive card, when the odds were stacked against me, it was more of a relief. Just to prove to everybody what I already know, what my team already know, and it's good to quieten a few of the doubters. Agyarko's career has quietly simmered away. He is undoubtedly talented, but before this year, his career best victory was a split decision victory over former British champion Troy Williamson, which came after months of negotiation. It seems like Agyarko, 18-0, 7 KOs, has decided to grab the bull by the horns. In April he leapt in at a short notice and ground out a close win over the underrated Ryan Kelly in the type of fight that wouldn't make his career but could certainly have broken it. He then bounced straight into the fight with Davis. Obviously, outsiders aren't privy to what goes on behind the scenes nor tapped into every phone call or text message, but all the evidence Agyarko has presented in the ring suggests he is anything but heartless. He doesn't know where, when or why the accusations and assumptions started. I honestly haven't a clue where it came from. Last year I was chasing big fights with the likes of Callum Walsh, Abbas Barrow, Josh Kelly. They were all fights that were spoken about, that I wanted to be in and accepted. I'm not too sure where it comes from, but listen, people are going to have their opinion or spread stories, and I really don't focus on it. It really doesn't bother me. Obviously it's not nice to hear, especially when you know it's not true, but that's boxing. Everybody's got an opinion, and I respect that. Last October, Agyarko made the move to Liverpool and began training with former junior lightweight world title challenger Stephen "Swifty" Smith. Sometimes, a fighter and trainer find their rhythm and timing the very first time they touch pads together. Just as important as the way they click outside the ring. Do they see the sport the same way? Have the same goals and aims? Are they willing to take the same risks? If that short notice fight against Kelly was dangerous but more than winnable, the Davis bout was seen as a genuine 50-50 and a first serious test of the work they have put in. Definitely in the last two fights, I think it's tested our partnership, Agyarko said. I've only been with Swifty for 11 months. The start of the year was my first proper camp, but he's a diamond honestly. I put a post out yesterday saying he probably doesn't realize it, but has made me such a happier, hungrier fighter, and he's technically improved me. We just gel, we work so well together. He's just the type of coach that I want and need in my corner. He doesn't panic, but gets his message across without having to scream in your face or really get aggressive with you. He tells you what to do, and when Swifty talks, you listen. He's got an unbelievable boxing brain, and he's been there, done it. He's a world-class fighter and world-class coach in my opinion. During their first months working together, a trainer quietly evaluates a fighter to find out what they are capable of, how they absorb information, and the best way to get their message across. Inevitably, there comes a time when a trainer needs to prove his own worth to the fighter. As Agyarko's eye began to swell shut and Davis started to build up a head of steam, Smith calmly did his job. There is a time for motivational rallying calls, but a coach also needs to give clear, concise instructions and provide their fighter with a path to victory. In a high-pressure situation, Agyarko listened to Smith's instructions and trusted they would work. It was the type of win that solidifies a partnership. His boxing brain is next to none. I just think we gel really well. I think on Saturday what helped was that he didn't panic and I didn't, Agyarko said. When you're in a corner and your coach isn't panicking, it gives you a lot of relief. Even though he was saying to me, "You're letting some of these rounds be close," I was able to not panic at that and listen to the instructions as to what to go out and do in the next round, especially with my eye closed. We have a great relationship, a great partnership in the gym, and I think this is the start of something special. Although he is keen to get back in the gym, Agyarko has had a busy year and will need time to recover from the high-contact 12 rounds he shared with Davis. The crucial win has bought him that time. Davis is a good fighter, but things will only toughen from here and Agyarko wants to keep pressing on. He isn't talking about sitting on his high WBA ranking or waiting for the 154-pound picture to clear and a path to emerge. Most importantly, the 28-year-old wants to continue making people rethink their opinions on him. The Callum Walsh fight, we were told that their team didn't want it. Well, basically they just said it was one for down the line. I don't know if they're insinuating that Walsh wasn't ready for that type of fight just yet, he said. The likes of Abbas Barrow, he's now the champion. Before the fight, I was ranked number 4 with the WBA and I suspect I'll move up to 2 or 3, so I really am within touching distance of a world title. If I have to go and get another win somewhere along the way, then so be it. I just want to be kept active and continue to prove people wrong. I really do get a kick off proving people wrong. I've been doubted my whole life, whether it was amateurs, pros, even aside from boxing. Kevin Agyarko isn't supposed to be where he is, but I've always kept a level head. I've always been determined, dedicated and trained my absolute bollocks off to be where I am. I believe that I belong at the top, and with that performance on the weekend, it can only push me forward in the bigger fights.